Hello, everybody. Hold up, everybody. Let me just click some things off. Okay, here we go. Now, peeps. I was looking at that. I was looking at the rule. Oh yeah, I was about to say Infinite Boss Battle. I'm like, what? Someone leaked it. But anyways, no, that's not the case. Anyways, so I was watching The Simpsons, the ninth season, the Principal and the Pauper episode, which is the second episode. Honestly, I watched it. Personally, guys, I know I'm a hardcore Simpsons fan like the rest of you. And honestly, the episode itself is not that bad. Now, hear me out. Because at the end of the day, because even though they do introduce it, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if Principal Skinner is Tanzarian whatever, because it's still he still became Skinner. He still became the Skinner we know. So basically, and take a look at this. When he was Tanzarian, he was like, he was a little bit of a he was a little bit of a hardcore, hardcore asshole. But when becoming the principal and assuming his identity, he became a lot more structured. So most of the character development still does exist. It just didn't happen the way we all thought it did. But everybody's like, "Oh my god, I'm so bad at this." I'm like, I'm with the writers, man. Y'all need. I'm with the writers on the freaking commentary. Y'all need to lighten up. Jesus, they can't do nothing new without any of you blowing. Getting all sorts of mad. Because the moment when in the episode of The Simpsons when Marge and Homer kind of break up in like in the later season, in the more recent season, all of you threw a fit. I'm like, you guys know it's not gonna last long because they know they had to keep the status quo. But I just still found it kind of stupid that out of everything in that other episode where Marge and Homer break up, she basically leaves Homer because of his narcolepsy, which I thought that was kind of dumb. I mean, they played it off like it was a dream, but I feel like if it was like a canon thing that actually happened, I feel like Marge is Marge has been, Marge has been with Homer through like thick and thin, horrible shit and the good shit, more horrible shit, more shit that would make a normal woman want to leave Homer in a fucking instant. And I feel like Marge would never really leave Homer just because he has narcolepsy. She is stuck by him through far worse. I just wanted to talk about that because a lot of people like lost their shit the moment it was uttered. And was like, oh, this is a dream. I mean, I do understand that, Simpsons isn't as funny as it used to be. But I still like the new Simpsons on occasion. It makes me laugh on occasion. But I do understand why The Simpsons is the way it is and why they are the way they are. You know? They had to change the times and some of that stuff is getting rid of some of the stuff that made it great. So it doesn't date itself or anything like that. But I understand, you know. I want Simpsons to probably go back to the way it was, but the old writers are either gone, dead, or whatever, or gone. Some of the cast members of The Simpsons are still there, but some are dead, like Miss Krabappel, the guy who played I don't know who's knocking on that wall. But anyways, all the other, some of the best characters are gone because their actors are dead, and stuff like that. And I really feel like, and I know you guys probably tired of hearing this, but I really feel like The Simpsons should end. You know, I feel like there's nothing more they can try and squeeze out of Simpsons. Maybe a few more episodes, maybe a few more concepts, but Simpsons is never allowed to progress. We have like a few future episodes that may or may not be their canon futures. We have this, we have that. Like there was one future episode that was actually going to be the freaking series finale of The Simpsons, but it never happened because Fox knows they gotta keep milking the tea to the cow. I'm not using any pictures or images of The Simpsons because I ain't for a very I know for a fact if I even try, fucking 20th Century Fox will try and 20th Century Fox will try to fuck me. So I'm not doing that shit. But the thing is, I do agree that The Simpsons has gone through a decline. But I don't think. But my main point of this video is I don't think it started with the principal and the pauper, because honestly, at the end, they just take it all back. You know, I think that was the main intent of that episode. They were gonna take it all back anyway, so why would we all get pissed off about it anyway? We still know this Skinner and the other Skinners, and when the quote unquote real Skinner in the episode, to me was kind of bland, but I did like how Homer was like, we can settle this, where we get to keep our Skinner, and Sergeant Skinner can still keep his dignity. They put him on a train, freaking chained him to a chair to the train. He's like, I'm a freak. I'm a sergeant. I should have dignity. We thank Homer's like, we thank you for it. They all wave him off, and he goes, and like from this day, and like the freaking judge is like, from this day forward, we know you as past, present, and future. Past, your mother, and the future. You will be known as Principal Seymour Skinner, and if anybody brings it up, you will be sentenced to torture. Like, there are some things about like Matt Groening I kind of got mad at when I heard about the whole like how he doesn't like how like at first he doesn't like crossovers. He didn't like crossovers. And when I look at the critic crossover with The Simpsons, that didn't ruin anything either. Like seriously, Matt Groening, I'm not trying to be a douche, but I'm just saying, like, I personally don't see anything wrong with it because it didn't mess with any kind of world building. It's not like The Simpsons had. I mean, The Simpsons does have canon and lore and all this other stuff that y'all barely use it. I mean, yeah, you may reference some past episodes, some past events, but it rarely happens, especially in that point in the series. So I'm like, what world building, dude? What world building? Personally, you know, like I'm talking about Matt Groening's most hated episodes, but personally, they're not that bad. I'm not just looking at it through a fan perspective. I'm looking at it through a creative perspective. It's like these episodes are not that bad. President Popper wasn't the downfall of the Simpsons. I mean, I feel like like season 10 was. Season 10 really just season 10 just fucked the Simpsons over. And then from there we went down the decline. Season 9 was still kind of solid to me, and I was watching it through the night last night to just kind of, see if really there was a decline in season 9, when really season 9 was still pretty solid. When we get into 10 and 11 and 12, that's when shit started to go down. But, and I didn't know this, but Barney drinks coffee now? Barney drinks coffee now. When did that happen? I remember Barney being the kind of lovable drunk that Homer hangs out with. What happened? Like he's a coffee drinker now. What the fuck? I think I missed an episode or something, but like he's a coffee drinker now. But yeah, I, I will conclude in my personal opinion. Season 9 is not where The Simpsons went downhill. When we started getting into the double digits, well, yeah, all bets are off. Do I still watch The Simpsons on occasion? Yeah. Do I still watch the Treehouse of Horror? Hell yeah. Will I watch it if Sideshow Bob makes an appearance again? Oh, fuck yes, but I feel like they've done it. I think they've done all they can with Sideshow Bob, really. When you think about it in the comics, they've done the Blob with him, and when you think about it through the actual, when you think about it through like Treehouse of Horror and the other like shorts, there's so many plans that Sideshow Bob has done, and the one that topped it was the last time he came back, where he actually swapped his face, which I thought was like actually pretty ingenious. And for Sideshow Bob, he was damn near close to killing Bart. And and I love Treehouse of Horror. Well, I can't remember the actual number of the Treehouse of Horror episode, but I remember Sideshow Bob finally killing Bart. But after that, he has nothing to do. He has no aspirations because his greatest aspiration is done. So he figured out a way to keep bringing back Bart and killing them. So to me, I feel like they've done all they can with Sideshow Bob. I mean, what else could they do? Um, though I did like when Mr. Burns slowly became good for a bit. Okay, this is like from one of the later seasons when Mr. Burns became good for a bit, and Maggie held a shotgun and was like, looking like I'm gonna finish this. If you guys remember, they did if you remember Who Shot Mr. Burns, it was a big thing back in the day. Me and my friends were always like, okay, Smithers did it. No, Homer did it. No, Bart did it. No, Lisa did it. No, Marge did it. No, the grandpa did it. And then when we all found out it was Maggie, we were just all surprised. We were like, that doesn't make any sense, but we were like, oh, whatever. But I love that little callback to to that freaking episode that made us all start guessing, like, who shot Mr. Burns. Like, Maggie, though, she was going to, like, she had, like, a fucking 12 gauge. She was about to fucking just blow Mr. Burns' head off. I was like, damn, Maggie, you know how to handle guns for a baby. Shit. But, that's, I really did enjoy that. Like, there's stuff from the current seasons I kind of like. It's just few and far between. I just remember that one because Mr. Burns was good for a while, and that was a kind of a good little. I mean, that was actually pretty good because we actually seen freaking what it'd be like if Mr. Burns was good. And the freaking thing about the thing about what happened to Mr. Burns, like this dude looking like he was straight out of the Green Mile, you know, like sucked out his evil. It's like, look like the dude from the Green Mile, the wise dude that freaking was curing people, but he's like, Mr. Burns, I will suck out your evil, and he actually does, and I was like, what the fuck? This ain't a Treehouse of Horror episode. Get sucking out evil like it's an actual thing he has. And the bullshit reason why Mr. Burns goes back at the end is like he had a little bit of evil between his toe, which I'm like, so you're truly evil. You know you are, and basically and basically and basically you just regenerate it because you have so much of it. Also, have I ever said, for those of you that don't know anything about the Simpsons, Mr. Burns can't die technically because all the diseases are trying to attack him at once, and it just doesn't work. It's like a whole bunch of people trying to go through one doorway. You just can't do it. You know. So even if Mr. Burns wants to die, he can never die. And that, I feel, is kind of an ironic kind of punishment. A lot of people still want Smithers to kind of really show his, his like his homosexual side. I'm like, I don't think the writers want to go that far for a lot of reasons because the Simpsons writers have known to been offending people, and they just don't want to offend the LGBT community. They just don't want to. They don't want to offend them, so they're like, fuck. So I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But maybe, I don't know, maybe down the line. But I can tell you this: if Smithers goes with any dude, it ain't gonna be Mr. Burns because Mr. Burns is too fucking straight. It's not gonna happen. And if it does, I swear, I will. No, I'm not doing that. I swear, I will read. I will read my immortal to you guys if if they do a freaking episode exploring, you know, Smithers' homosexuality. I will freaking read my immortal. I will do it. But only one chapter because I ain't reading the whole entire thing because it hurts. It hurts. Yeah, so Simpsons. So discussion for the day is: do you still love The Simpsons? When did you stop watching The Simpsons? Sound off in the comments below. Let me know and like and subscribe and share this video around. You know, Bugsy, peace, Chaos Nation. I love you guys, and yeah, I'll see you real soon. Da 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 da. See ya.